Let's just practice a few chords 1 and 5, 7 that you'll need for the song "Oh Christmas Tree." The Christmas tree, at some point you have a D minor, and if D minor has its own chord 5, and we move similarly, pinky down half step, replace third finger with index next to your thumb. That's your chord 5, 7 on the last, on the right picture, A7 slash C sharp. That's called chord A7 with the C sharp note at the bottom, and that's chord number 5 if D minor was chord number 1. So let's practice that. And then similarly, we also need to practice it in major. So in major, everybody, I think, here knows already your chord C, and your chord 4 in C is F with the note C at the bottom, so F slash C, and your chord 5, 7 is G7 slash B because the note B is at the bottom. And so everybody knows that one already. So you could see, you see a chord C as a symbol on top, the G7 and the C. D minor is in the root position, the original position, and then you have to move it back to G7 before the C in the first ending. Then you're going to repeat again C, G7, C, D minor, G7, and then this time we did ending number 1. We're going to go back to the second line, ending number 2, G7 again, and C. And then you got C, but then you got that we just reviewed, the A7 slash C sharp at the bottom. So here's how we move from that C chord to that A7. Pinky goes up to that C sharp, thumb goes to A, and then play the index next to A. That's your A7. And then you can go to your D minor in root position, right? So it's just a matter of practicing how to go from the C chord to that A7. Move your pinky up by half step, move your thumb up by 1 key to A, and then play the index next to the thumb, A7 slash C sharp, then D minor. Then this is the familiar G7 and a C. And then again, third line is C. Oh, that's the A7 again. So pinky up 1 half step. Move your thumb up to A and play the index next door. That's A7. And of course, the A7 often resolves to its chord 1, which is D minor. And then finally, we have the last 2 chords, G7, C, which is most often used cadence in music. Now, after you figure out where to move and how to move and get it, then you should be humming your melody. Da, and then play your chord at the right place. Da, 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 da. Breathe, because that's the symbol for breathing. Da, 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 da. Repeat. Da, 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 then D minor, G, and then the second ending, G, C, then C is the A7, then D minor, then G7 to C again, then C it is, and I simplify by not going through the G7. But if you do want to put a G7 here for that note, you can go G7 first and move your entire hand up to that A7. So that's up to you, but for beginners, I took out that G7 that we had earlier on the top line because it's hard to go from G7 to the A7. But on the other hand, your hand is kind of similar position, so depending on your hand, right? So that's the option to put G7 right here before the A7. Breathe, a long breath, then the D minor, then G7 to C, slowing down. That will be the option for the left hand block chords, ignoring everything that's written. But if you want to learn, then you just have to play and read the left hand notes. But here's the helping thing. If it says C chord on top, then most likely I'm playing C. So it is slow C to middle C. But the fingering is what you need to be aware of. It's G chord, so it's a G I play, but it's a 4. So after I open my hand up to get to the middle C, play number 4 on G, then on middle C, and then low C. Oops. And then you have an F. F is inside your chord D minor, right? That's why we could use F. But make sure you put finger number 3 on it, okay? Oops, I can't highlight just the 3. So F here is with 3, and then A. I'm basically playing the top 2 notes of my D minor chord, isn't it? F, A, and then G for the G chord on top, and then C for the C chord on top, and then the other C. And then I repeat from the beginning. So low C, middle C, 4 on G, middle C, low C. Then the F with number 3, skip up to A, step down to G, low C, and the middle C. Oh, no, I'm not supposed to go there. I'm supposed to be here. So actually, it's kind of reversed from ending number 1. So from the G, number 2 on G, when I go to ending number 2, I go up to middle C before the lower C. Then middle C to start off the section B, because section B is here. So C, and then C again, but number 3, please. And then C sharp, that's a sharp. And then A with number 4, D with thumb. Then be careful, number 2 on that same A. Then release your thumb. Then A flat. And keep stepping down to G. So this is what we call chromatic. I'm going A with number 2, A flat. Half step down and half step down to G. So A, half step down and half step down to G. From G to the next, it's basically a G chord. G, B, D, and back to G. But the fingering on it is 4, 2, 1, 4. So I would take a highlighter and highlight that as one thing. All those 4 notes belong to your G chord, which is labeled on top. So the label on top helps you read the notes as well. The one thing that was weird about all of this is that the A goes chromatically down to A flat and then G. So it's just like put a little star there or red marker, okay? Be careful there, that's just half steps. Once you get to that G though, then these notes belong to G chord. So, and then you end up on middle C. So if you start again, that whole line is middle C, low C, middle C with a 3, half step up to C sharp, then back down to A, because those 2 notes belong in your A chord, A major. Now D, because the symbol is D minor, and A with number 2, please, then half steps down to the flat 1, then half step down to G. Once you get G, well, you know you're in G chord, so B, D, G, middle C. And the last line, very similar to the first line, because it's the section A again, low C, middle C, B is flat, and then A. Now this B is not flat anymore because it's a new bar. And there's a very circled number 1 on it. Then you cross your 2 over to this C sharp. And that's a difficult one. So I would repeat that bar a lot. A with 3, squeeze your hand in, put your thumb on natural B, cross your 2 over that thumb to C sharp. And you have a fermata, which means hold it long, 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 long. And pick up your hand, and this note is F with 3. A, the A is flat, so this is a half step down and half step down. And I slide my 2. So I use that one and that, because the reason being, oh, that's a wrong fingering, sorry about that. You're doing C chord open position, but I put a 3 by a mistake. I'll have to redo this score and upload it again for you. It's supposed to be a 2 there, because that's the C open position. So let's start again from that. F with 3, A with thumb, A is flat with 2, I'm sorry, and that 2 slides down to G. That way you're set up for your open position. And it's in slowing down, ritardendo, anyways. So you can take your time to just find these notes at the end. And of course, the trick is be able to do that so fluently that you can hum your melody along with it. Da, 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 da. Number 4. Da, 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 da. Number 3 on F. Da, 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 A, G, low C to high C. And then again from beginning to middle C. 4 on G, G, C, then low C, then F, 3 and A, G, the high C, middle C, low C. And then you play the left hand here before singing. Then change your finger to 3, then C sharp, A, then D, then number 2 on A, flatten it, then G chord go up, back to G to middle C. That, pause the video and practice that line a lot, because it's always the middle line that is. The B section is the difficult. Then low C to high C, B is flat, A, then thumb on C, then C sharp, and you can just hold it there. Then 3 on F, 2, A flat, slide it down to G, then the C open position. If you're able to hum and yet follow and read your left hand, that means your left hand is very fluent and you're ready for the 2 hands.